It all ended the day I died. I had lived a good, moral, and boring life. It wasn't that my life wasn't working, it's just that it wasn't moving as fast as I thought it could. There was something out there that I knew I wanted, but each time I reached out to grab it, it would seem to evade me. My life was as dull as my truck, my old Ford Beater. The tires were as bald as my life was void. The steel was rusting like my life was fading away. The seats were as worn as my shallow, tired prayers. The AM radio was as limited as my narrow view of God. And I knew I wanted something more. The road was long, lonely, and eternally straight. No curves, no scenery, no unpredictable changes. For as far as the eye could see, I knew where my life was heading. Nowhere. My life was as fleeting as the smoke rising from the engine. I wanted something that was real. I wanted something that would make me feel alive. I'd had enough of smoke. I wanted fire. In frustration, I looked around, and there it was. As I moved around the car, it was as if I was walking on air. The vision before me was captivating. Its splendor seemed to invite me in. I took a quick glance around, looking for the whereabouts of the owner. There was no one in sight. There was no one for miles. Only me and the sweet illusion before me. It still seemed too unreal. Was this a dream? I looked into my side view mirror, and in the fading distance, I saw the truck. I saw my life. I saw a young boy who was trapped in a dungeon of mediocrity. I saw a man leaving behind his chains and entering a whole new world of freedom. As the smoke of the dream began to fade and the reality of it all began to settle in, I decided to lean back and just enjoy the moment. In step with the music, I pressed harder on the accelerator with each beat. 110, 120, 130, 140. I had reached the end of the dial, and now I was sailing free. The landscape was passing by me as fast as my adrenaline was flowing. I had never felt such a surge of energy in my life, and the sensation of unlimited speed rushed through my veins with restless abandon. This was a life. I had lost myself in the rushing images around me when I looked ahead to the road. It was a curve. I immediately went to slam on the brakes, but The pedal fell to the floor.